Morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. I have got questions for you. What opens with Shaliwa kind of getting a beat down from her parents? And what closes with not Didi, but Hadisa kind of beat down from all of the people on them interwebs? If you guessed Skinny Girl in Transit, Season 2, Episode X, Run the Race. Season 2, Episode 8, Run the Race, you're correct. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and sticking around to see how we get from opening to close. I'm Angela, the channel is Be Fabulous You. Let us proceed. So we have Daddy and Mommy on the couch looking disgusted. We see Shaliwa on her knees crying, and Daddy is like, she's saying, Daddy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Daddy. I'm so sorry. And Daddy is like, I don't believe it. And Mommy is like, she knew. She was still saying, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Is it true? And Mommy is like, is it true? And Ty is in the room too. And Mommy is like, she knew. She was still saying that the man will leave his wife for her. And Daddy is like, I am disappointed. We have given you everything. And we have given you everything you've asked for. That's the problem. You have never worked for anything. You only care about yourself. You are selfish. You are just so selfish. Bringing a married man as a boyfriend into my home? That's how Daddy is. And then Shaliwa is still crying. And Mommy is like, what kind of tears are you shedding, Shaliwa? Like, I don't feel no kind of sympathy for you. Dating that married man, knowing he married, talking about he love you. And then Ty is like, she has learned her lesson, right, Shaliwa? And then Shaliwa nods, and Daddy is like, you have not learned anything. You are so spoiled. You are starting today, says Daddy, no more allowance. You will only leave this home for interviews. And until you have and you still have not sent your CV to my friend at the job I told you about before. And Shirley was like, I didn't like that job. And Mommy is like, shut up. And Daddy is like, oh, don't worry. Don't you worry. After 1 month with no money, you will be begging for any type of job. You will not be taking any of our cars to these interviews, and you will give me weekly updates of interviews and applications. And then Shaliwa, her daddy, gets up. It's like, Daddy, I'm so sorry. And her daddy, as he's leaving, he's like, sorry for yourself. And then he exits. And then Mommy is like, see how you are living, Shaliwa? If I see you out of the house, I will not tell your father. I will handle you, and you will think a truck hit you. And Ty is like, oh. And Mommy says to Ty, shut up before I transfer my aggression to you. And then she turns back to Shaliwa, you stubborn brat. And then we see Ty, she's at work in front of the mic. And, Didi enters. And she's like, blah, 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 blah. There's a retreat coming up, right? And Ty is like, retreat? And Didi is like, you're not reading your emails? It'll be here. And they'll be announcing the new head of programming. And Ty is like, retreat? They should just call it a long butt meeting at the office over the weekend. And Didi is like, I heard that they're going to be picking you as the new head of programming. And Ty is like, I'm not interested. And Didi is like, girl, it's more money. And if not you, then who? And then here comes Hadisa. We find out she's 10 minutes late. And Hadisa is like, I'm so excited about the retreat, and about being named the head of programming. I mean, who else but me? And then she pulls champagne out of her bag with a big smile and a squeal. And then Ty is like, you're not allowed to drink in the studio, right? And then Hadisa's like, come on. You know I'm a born leader. Don't feel bad. Don't hate on my promotion. And Dee Dee is like a born leader who is late to work. And Ty is like a born leader about to drink when it's clearly against the rules. And then we see Mommy. She's at home on the couch and Ty comes in and she's like, hi, where's Shaliwa? Oh, she's still in her room? Mommy, she made a mistake. I mean, it's not a big deal. Do you know what it's like to be in love? Let's move on. And Mommy is like, it is a big deal. And Ty is like, she is 23. Hold on one second. I think I was saying Ty is like, Mommy, she's only 21. She's naive. And all this punishment is just going to push her further away. And Mommy is like, when you get married and you have your own children, Miss Ty, then you can discipline them as you like. But there is nothing wrong with teaching her to value money and to work hard. And, Yeah, I have spoken. I said what I said. That's what Mommy Ty said. And do not ever let me catch you giving her money. And then Ty is like, okay, Mommy, if you say so, and she leaves. And then we see Ty coming into Shaliwa's room, and Shaliwa is in bed. She's just, just go. Just leave me alone. And Ty is like, look, I know you're angry with me and I should have spoken to you alone and quietly. So not to bring Mommy into it and then Daddy into it. But I was very, very angry at you and at Maxwell. And I knew in my gut that he was a lying, scheming guy. And I wanted you to figure it out. You are very beautiful. You are a very beautiful girl. But you are more than just a pretty face. You can't let men think that they can buy you things and then they own you. That's why Daddy wants you to get a job so you know what it means to earn and achieve something. You are worth more than that. And Shaliwa is like, well, Ty, what makes me sad and upset is how Mommy and Daddy are acting like I am some sort of demon that wanted to break up somebody's home. I mean, what they don't know, what they don't realize is that Maxwell had told me that they were done and that he didn't love her anymore. But now he's not picking up my calls, and I think he's blocking me. He's not responding to my text. And then Ty is like, he's a waste. He's a lying, cheating scum. He knows he's caught. He knows the jig is up. His marriage in general, little sister, is way more complicated than you think. You'll get over him. You'll get over him soon. He's not worth your time. Here's some money. And then Shaliwa smiles. She perks up. And it's like she gave her 15 whatever. And Shaliwa's like, well, can you make it 20? And Ty's like, oh, now you perk up. Why don't you sell your designer bag if you want more money? And don't tell Mommy and Daddy that I gave you any money. And Shaliwa is like, okay, but God forbid I sell my designer bags because of money. I wonder if they're fakes, like he was fake or whatever. Then Ty is like, look, my friend Dee Dee has a friend who has a company that's hiring. Beg if they call you. I'm going to text you the information, send them their stuff. If they call you, beg. And then to us, as Shaliwa smiles, Ty is like, this is the first time that I actually feel like a big sister since Shaliwa was born. So she's all feeling herself. She did exactly what her mama told her not to do. But that's what big sisters are supposed to do, right? I don't know. And then we see shots of the city. I guess that's Lagos. I don't know. And then we see Ty coming out of the bedroom area. And she stops short and laughing like, what's going on? And Mommy and Wosila are doing exercises. Really, Wosila is helping Mommy. And Mommy is hitting and fussing. And I really don't understand, this whole hitting and, abuse of Wosila thing. I don't understand. I don't think it's funny. I think it's probably like some inside cultural joke or some inside cultural context that I don't get, because I don't get it. And then Mommy, Ty is like, well, what's going on? What are you doing? And Mommy is like, I went to Daddy's office and I saw his help and what she wore and her shape. And she kept calling my husband, and she was eyeing my husband. And Ty is like, so you are doing this so daddy does not look at someone else? And mommy is like, yes. I mean, look at your sister. I will not allow these skimpy pant wearing women to collect my husband from me. And then mommy harasses Wosila some more, and then Ty laughs. And then mommy, after Ty tries to help her up, and then they both fall, and then Ty calls Wosila, and then, you know, Ty is about to leave. Well, mommy is like, shoot, I'm not going to do this again. Whoever wants my husband can have him. We see Ty at work, and Dee is updating Ty on something from Hadisa's show that got a huge negative response on Twitter and on the internet. And she's like, she abused her future. They abused her, Hadisa, her future generations. They even callers on my show this morning wanted to talk about how Hadisa had come for his baby. She may not come to work because they just dogged her out. Here, let me show you. And she's like looking down, and Ty says to us, I don't like Hadisa so much, but I feel bad. No one should be dragged in the mud publicly, especially on social media. And then Dee shows Ty, and Ty's like, oh, no, this is bad. And they like gossiping, you know. Then we see Ty at a meeting with Midday, and she's like, so, you know, now that we see eye to eye on the direction of my show, do we still need to have all these one-on-one meetings? And Midday is like, oh, you tired of me already, huh? And Ty's like, no, I just think that you have more important things to spend your time on than, you know, me. And Midday is like, I enjoy our meetings. We argue a lot, but it gives me something new to think about. And Ty is like, so are you saying that you've learned some things from me? And then Midday is like, let's just say I like meeting with you. And then Ty is like, says to us, she like, is he saying he like meeting with me because I'm a worthy adversary? Or is he saying he would like to spend more time with me and have the opportunity to get to know me better? Wait, what am I doing? I am fasting from men. Midday and I are just friends, and I don't need to get any ideas in my head. Bong, bong, bong. It's all in my head, right? And then enter Midday's ex next, maybe. And Ty's like, yep, it's all in my head. And then Midday says to his ex, oh, I wasn't expecting you. And then his ex is like, well, I was in the neighborhood and I just decided to stop by. And then Ty says to us, she definitely wants her boo back. And he seems like he's still into her. And then to Midday, let me get back to what I was doing. And we see Hadisa in the studio. She got her sunglasses on. She's in distress. She's traumatized. And Hadisa is like, Ty, I am not in the mood today. And Ty is like, I wanted to tell you that these things that are written about you, they're unwarranted. And you didn't deserve it all. They were too harsh. And then Hadisa turns around and she's like, Hadisa turns around and she's like, and I never even said his baby was ugly. I just said his baby wasn't as cute as other babies. I mean, is Blue Ivy as cute as Northwest? No. So, why is it so bad for me to tell the truth? And Ty is like, Hadisa, it is not nice to say things like that about people. We never know what situation. Hold on a second. You never know what people are going through. Like, you make fun of me for my weight, and I have been trying to lose weight, but you don't know if it's medical. I'm a tough girl. I can take it. Bella is fussing because a dog is walking down the street. But you know, you can't, you know, you think all, you know, somebody could think people are more beautiful than you, you know, and, you know, we all have issues, and I can tell you are going through it, and you come off as, you know, difficult and judgmental, but you don't need to be. And then Dee enters, and she's squealing. Her eyes are on the phone. She like, Ty, look at this. And then Ty points to Hadisa, and Hadisa gets up, and she's like, yeah, you actually had me fooled. You actually had me food. And then she exits like, I thought you were really my friend, but you're not my friend. And then she exits. And then Dee Dee's t-shirt, it had Bob Marley, Martin Luther King Jr. Is that Che Guevara? And then who was the other person? I was kind of like, I wanted to know more. And then T.Y. is like, Hadisa. No, Hadisa, wait. That's what, T.Y. is saying as Hadisa leaves. And then she's like, Dee Dee. And then Dee Dee is like, I didn't know you were besties now. When did y'all become best friends? I didn't know she was here. And T.Y. is like, it's not about us being best friends. It's just like kindness. And Dee Dee is like, look at this. Brutal. And then T.Y. is like, oh, it's not nice. Let's not laugh. Whoa! They spoke about her weave. And then that's the end of the episode. That's it. I'm Angela. Channels be fabulous. You like, comment, share, subscribe. Maybe this will hold me over until the new season of Skinny Girl in Transit starts. I'm enjoying going back over. I've watched them all like at least once, some of them twice. So I'm really enjoying going back over them. And thank you for being here. Don't you love Skinny Girl in Transit? It's one of my favorite shows. Be fabulous. Be fabulous. You. Today is the best day ever. Remember that.